Top of it, people. It's your boy, Coach One Stack. Tapped in, y'all, man. I'm dropping y'all a good little video today from Gene Deal. Can you dig it? And I gotta backtrack for a lot of you young people here. And for a lot of you young people, this may be new news. For a lot of older people, this may be some new news too. But it's really some old news. But it puts the pieces together with Diddy and how he started growing people. Because see, Diddy sent Usher to the hospital with his anus bleeding when he was 13 years old. When Usher mother signed over custody to Diddy to live at the flavor camp at Diddy's house, right? And there you have it. And Usher had to get rushed to that hospital. You dig what I'm saying? Because he was bleeding from his backside. So before I get into this video, man, and show y'all some video about my boy Gene Deal, do me a favor, man. Show some love for the channel. Hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, guys, and I won't tell. Talk to me, I'll talk back in the comments, because y'all know I'm the only one bringing y'all this raw content. And hey, for my day one subscribers, hey man, shout out to you. We on our way to 100K, and when we get to that 100K, we gonna do a little raffle, and hey, a lucky person will be, and we're going to do a real raffle. A real person is going to be flown out here for a couple days to kick it with yours truly, Coach One Stack, man. You will arrive here Friday and leave Sunday on your boy. Can you dig it? Hey, man, that's real deal. But hey, let's get into this video. Now, a lot of y'all don't know, man, that back in the day when Usher was like 12 or 13, Usher's mom signed over custody to him, to Diddy, so he could teach him the industry, y'all. And so during that time, man, and Gene Deal tells this story a few times. He heard from some cats in Harlem. It was a 14-year-old boy at the time, 13, 14-year-old boy who got rushed to the hospital in New York City because he was bleeding from his backside. And that person was Usher, y'all. So now you do the math on how a 14-year-old boy who out of Diddy's own mouth, they used to wake up in the same bed and wrestle over the cornflakes. And the things that Diddy had been accused of now, you pretty much know where that came from. Because, hey, now that we know that Diddy's with the itty bitty committee with them little 3 inches, this is why he was messing with them men. This is why a lot of men go down that path of the rainbow community. Because when you're not really working with nothing, in that woman's cookie, you might not feel nothing. You might not even be able to get all the way up in there. But in that backside, in that place back there for a man, hey man, it's nice and tight and everything is right. And Diddy wasn't using no condoms with nobody all night, you dig? And this is the time when Diddy gave Usher them herpes. And this ain't no allegedly, y'all, because for those y'all who ain't been around, hey, Usher has been sued by 2 different females for knowingly passing on herpes to them, and he settled out of court. One was like a thick black chick, somebody who you would never think that he would sleep with. Now, I got a little question for you fellas. Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm out here born and raised in Las Vegas, and Usher had a residency. And I'm here to tell you, a lot of y'all girls, if given the chance, would cheat on you and sleep with Usher unprotected with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and come right back home with y'all. Hey, man, I want y'all to put in the comments if you think that some of these women, man, would go cheat on their man if it was Usher, even though they know he got the herpes. It is confirmed. This is not alleged. If it was just a one-night stand, if they could go sleep with their favorite rapper, you would never know. They would bring that stuff back to you. But see, this is why Usher was asked on the Howard Stern show later on in life, like, hey, would you ever send your kids to the Diddy camp? He was like, oh no. But the thing is, if it was good enough for you, it should be good enough for your kids. And the cold part about it is, see, Usher was a victim of Stockholm syndrome. Y'all have to realize the content I've been leaving here, people. Diddy has been taking these people's virginity. He was taking these young men's virginity. So they've already been tampered with. They went through the pain phase. It's like a woman losing their virginity. And now they get into the pleasure phase of where it's starting to feel good. But now they so conflicted because you're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to be telling the woman bend that thing over and bust it out. But a man is doing that to you. And now that's where you see these people getting all these tattoos and going all crazy like Justin Bieber. But Usher, why would you bring Justin Bieber to get the same kind of treatment that you was getting? I'll tell you why. Something called Stockholm Syndrome. Guys, put in the comments if you know what Stockholm Syndrome is and tell me what Stockholm Syndrome is to prove it. But I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. Let me show you what Gene Deal had to say about all this, y'all.
I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executives from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not gonna speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing some, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
What did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And I was probably say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas, man. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you hear it, and that's what happened. So, and just to hear this, and this new thing where he's saying that they got kids coming forward and said that he did that, man, that shit is crazy. And like I just said, that's just something that I heard.
Now see, the thing is, guys, this ain't no new news, This really happened, people. And the cold part is, Usher still continue to be around this man because he loves him. It's called Stockholm Syndrome, people. It's called Stockholm Syndrome. And so Diddy had been passing out STDs because right now his STD status has already been confirmed. So I don't have to say allegedly on this video, but it was herpes back in the day. And we all know that HIV came before 1995 along with Craig Mack. That's why Craig Mack ended up passing away from full-blown AIDS. That's something that he called dealing with Diddy, with that type of activity with these groupies running up in people after the next with no protection. Can you dig what I'm saying? But man, I didn't want to keep y'all too long on this video. I just like the man drop them when they come in to give especially you young generation some real first-hand knowledge of what went on, because this was before your time. Because after Usher was bleeding from the backside due to Puffy at that hospital, Usher disappeared for a while. And the next time you seen Usher again, guess what he was doing, y'all? He was sitting on the top. He was sitting on the hood of Keefy D's 6'4" Impala, and Puffy was driving, and Usher was making his very first video. So see, a lot of times the parents are selling their kids to these people, basically pimping their kids out. They know what's going on behind closed doors. But Usher, why would your mother allow you to go back to Diddy, the same man who assaulted you, made you bleed from the backside, gave you an incurable STD, and had you bring other victims to him, little boys? I don't know. I can't answer that. But if y'all, man, if you can answer that, put that in the comments too. Other than that, man, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's grow, man. We on our way to 100K. And you know the rest, guys. Be blessed. Never stress. Make sure you never get finesse. And make sure you're getting plenty of rest. And stay the F out of trouble like Diddy should have been.